Okay, so welcome to Ambion. Firstly, I'll just give you a very brief about what we are as an organization, what is our history, what kind of a culture, what philosophy we believe in, and I'll also tell you how the hierarchical framework of our organization is. So that is what we will cover. So, firstly, from a history point of view, just to understand, we are today in June of 2022, so we started off some time in 2016, around more or less the same time, around the June of 2016. So we are in effect about 6 years old at the moment. But prior to that, we have our background. So the directors in this company are one Srinivasan and another Jairam, Jairam sits out of Cochin. Srinivasan sits here. I am the CEO of the company. So we all three teamed up together. Srini and Jairam are directors in the company. So this forms the management of the organization. But we've been together in our previous company, which was Gemini Communication Limited. So Gemini Communication Limited was a public listed company, listed in the National Stock Exchange, and we started off in the year 1995. So we've been kind of throughout together since 1995. Jairam joined us a little late. I think it was in 2000 or 2001 he joined. So we've been together for a very, very long time. Predominantly in the area of IT infrastructure services. That is where our forte is. So there was a point of time when Gemini Communication had about 3,000 plus employees across the country. And we were one of the largest IT services organizations in the country. So we have a very rich history, very rich background. When we started Ambion Labs, it was primarily to be focused in the area of very high skill horizon technologies. So whatever that is kind of in thing today, we wanted to focus on those kind of technologies that will create a long-term impact for the organization. Nothing that we do not do anything short-term. We believe there is no opportunity that is there today but will be gone tomorrow from a technology standpoint that we want to pursue. As a result, we are not in the business of selling peripherals. We are not in the business of selling dabbas, boxes. We're not in that business. Our business is essentially solution driven. And so when I say solution, we talk about technology as a primary driving factor for. So we are today working on various things that I will explain to you. So we come from a history of Gemini Communication. Last 6 years we've been together here. And today we are about a little more than 100 people in the company. With the majority of these people as engineering facilities resources, IT facility resources with various customers of ours. So we have our office here in, this will be the head office, Chennai. But our registered office is in Cochin. So where Jairam sits. So we have another office there in Cochin. This year we have some engineers working out of Hosur, Coimbatore, and even up there in the north. Neyveli we have people up there in the north, Haryana, Himachal, working for who are in our payrolls. Even one of the digital marketing guys works out of Darjeeling, So we are today spread across in that standpoint, but essentially from a customer side business, we are focused here in Kerala and Tamil Nadu at the moment. We are trying to expand both vertically as well as horizontally. So we have some expansion plans internationally, and we have some domestic expansion plans as well, which also I will explain to you. Now, so this is the kind of history that we come from. Now, what brings us together? So one of the things that I can pride myself about is those who join this organization predominantly stay with this organization. People who join the organization, who've spent some time in the organization, stick on to this organization, and for some factor, if they are to leave the organization also, they stay in touch with the organization. This is a culture that we believe in. So we say that, a lot of people say that a man meets 10,000 people in his life, gets acquainted with 10,000 people in his entire lifetime. But only a handful actually get close to him. Less than a handful get close to him. So our philosophy is, when we meet a very small, that level of people in this world, we only meet a very small set of people in this world. Why not have a very wide acceptance, create a very impactful relationship with as many people as possible? So those who have been with the organization continue to stay with the organization, and those who do leave for whatever be the, some people go to study, some people say, no, I get another higher salary somewhere. But essentially people stay rooted to the organizational friendship, the relationship that they have built here. And this is not something which is only 6 years old. We've had this culture for the last 25 plus years. So we still are in touch with people who had been working with us 20 years back. We're still in touch with many of them. Our culture in this organization is not to be 1,000 crore, a huge organization spread across. Nothing of that is our vision. We want to do business for the sake of our happiness. We do not want to do business because we want to beat somebody, we want to grow beyond somebody. We do not compare ourselves with anybody as a culture. As a matter of our culture, we do not want to grow beyond what we believe we can chew. If we think we deserve X, we want to make sure we get that X. We do not want to settle down even for 0.99X. We are not aspiring to be 1.1X either. But we cannot settle down for anything less than what we deserve ourselves to be. We know that for my quality, for my ability, this is, or my aspiration, this is the target I am setting for myself. So my achievement is my target and not the target somebody makes me set for myself. You get the point? I think this is one very important thing. A lot of organizations encourage people to aspire higher, aspire more. No, we do not do that. Higher aspirations and higher ability, drive to achieve more, you compromise your other aspects of life. We believe in life, work is a portion. Work is an element of your life. There is so many other aspects to life. Man is a mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, intellectual being and material. We come here for the material cause. I want to make my life prosperous. I want to make my life good. So this is what I come here for. This is my aspiration to be. I know what my limits are or where my targets are. I want to achieve my target. I do not compare myself with anybody. I do not want to aspire to be better than anyone else. I only want to aspire to be the goal that I have set for myself. This is a very strong line of culture. Therefore, I do not compare myself with what my friends are. Therefore, I do not get unnecessarily enticed by, oh, okay, they are asking, they are giving so much more money, so I will go there. These people are giving so much more money, I will go here. So I do not want to be like a monkey jumping trees and jumping jobs inside a company. I will stay rooted. The bottom line factor is my happiness. We are doing business for our happiness, for our satisfaction. It is not to compare myself with anybody else in this world. So this is the underlying factor with the culture with which we want to take this company forward. We tell this to everyone. Not everyone need to follow this. Some people say my whole aspiration in life is to make more and more and more money. All the best. So our philosophy is like this. We welcome any kind of a man is a very humanity is a very diverse thinking. No humanity. There is only one thing which is constant, and that is every human is different. That is constant, and humans will continue to be different. So this is what this company believes in, and those who tend to believe in this philosophy do tend to work for a very, very long time with us. This is point number one. The second culture in our organization is that we believe that a job is an opportunity to tap our leadership potential. I work, I report to somebody, I follow their instructions, I do my job well. This is the average thinking person. But here we do not encourage you to follow and do work. We encourage you to think on your own. Good ideas need not come only from the top. It need not flow from the top. Good ideas can flow from anywhere. Man is a super intellectual being. So idea flow can come from anywhere. So we encourage people to think and therefore share their intellect with the people around. To say that I will do the job given to me very well. That kind of a follower attitude, that kind of a mentality, I think we believe is a very defeatist attitude. So if someone does not give you a job, you do not perform well. If someone does not give you some challenge, you do not take up anything. Because you are basically a follower tendency. Some job comes in search of you. You don't go in search of a work or a challenge. We believe here that you push yourself. You learn swimming not when it is taught in a classroom. You can learn swimming only in a swimming pool, only in water. I cannot give you theory about swimming. Leadership is about, there's all this gyan of what creates leadership, what creates involvement. Leadership is what? All about how involved am I in doing what I am doing, how much I apply my mind to my job, how much do I think for others. These are the three philosophies of leadership. When I have the ability to tell you what you need to do, I lead you. When I have the ability to give you an idea which you decide to follow, then I lead you. Or vice versa. If you tell me something very brilliant and I say, no, I think we'll go by what you're saying, you lead. So the whole point here is, how can you lead? Can you be a leadership material? If you are a leadership material, that is what we tap into, that leadership material. 99% of our people who come out have some kind of a leadership quality. So you know that when you graduate out, you have high aspirations. You want to achieve something, you want to do something. So you set yourself some very high goals, you come pumped up with a lot of energy, enthusiasm, aspiration, desire to do something, and then you venture into the world of employment and you find so much of restrictions, so many things that hold you to stay and make you be where you are. Don't explore, just stay where you are. We know what it is, you don't need to tell us. All of those stuff come. So you begin to shrink yourself and begin to create a smaller world of yourself than what you actually aspired to be when you on the first day of job. And that is exactly what we want to break. Think, speak up, come up with ideas, come up with thoughts. Let us share our intellect for the benefit of all of us. If you are able to grow, you make the entire company grow. You make another 4 or 5 people grow. Your ability to grow cannot be individualistic. When you grow, the whole philosophy, dharma of growth is that you cannot grow alone. You will obviously take people along with you while you are growing. The more selfish you are while in growth, the lesser you stand in the growth path. And the more sharing you are while you are in the growth phase, the larger you grow. It's a matter of physics. If you are here at this point of time, you start your life, time goes, this is the time axis. At some point of time when you grow in terms of time, when you take people under here, you encourage people to come up and grow here. And while you grow, you keep putting more and more people here. Obviously, where do you stay? You stay here. When you are encouraging people to come to grow to your stage, there is somebody here. You want him to grow here. If he grows here, where do you go? You go here. Because you have encouraged someone under you to come up here. Therefore, your path will obviously take it. Simple law of physics. We can grow by encouraging people to grow. So this is the third important activity, that we encourage people to take up leadership value. And lastly, then the most importantly, is the factor of trust. I think I remember I told you about trust. When you have joined our organization, irrespective of whether you are 1 day old or you are 10 years old or 6 years old, you've been ever since the inception of Ambion, we trust you. Trust is an element that is there from day one. And trust, when I am using the word trust and not the word belief, because trust is either 1 or 0. Either I trust or I don't trust. It is either 1 or 0. It is not that I trust him to some level. That is not that. Then that is belief. I believed him, but then I learned that he is not believable. Belief has a factor of doubt. Trust has no factor of doubt. When you say trust, faith. So faith is obviously in God. Trust is on people. You don't trust God, you have faith on God. So faith is one level above. Trust is with your fellow humans. You believe people based on your intellect and observation. Sometimes your intellect and observation goes wrong. Sometimes it proves right. So you graduate from belief to trust. And the person becomes very, very close to you, guides you, takes care of you. You treat him like God, so you have complete faith in him. So we believe that as a matter of being good humans, we trust other humans. And the purpose for trusting, or the growth to trust, when we interview and say we decide, okay, let's work together, the belief ends there, the trust starts. So we trust. That this trust is obviously hope. There is a large amount of belief and a little amount of trust, but then it cannot be blind. It has to grow. Over a period of time, this trust will have to cement itself. It cements itself only over a period of time. Otherwise, the trust is very notional. My intent is to trust you. This is where we are. So therefore, we will share with you transparently what we are as an organization, what we do, what is our profits, what is our method of working, lot of internal information, confidential information, anything that we know is always shared with people who are in this organization. This question of trust sometimes gets defeated, but most of the times it gives us exponentially positive results back. So we have always, although yes, sometimes we have trusted people and we found that the person was not worth it. But then that happens once in a while. Otherwise, most of the times we found that trust gives us a very high degree of, exponentially high degree of returns, good returns. So the result of getting back goodness is far higher than the quotient of bad experiences that we have only by trusting people. So we decided as a philosophy that we will trust. Therefore, trust is always reciprocal. It's a two-way street. It's not a one-way traffic. Then we build this trust into a relationship. And that is how, when I said, we are in touch with almost every person. People come here, stay for a long time. And those who go out also continue to be in touch with us. And the reason is very simple. This is a two-way street, a relationship that we build. So that culture of trust is there, and the reason why I am saying all of this is these are the attitudes with which we are welcoming you, and therefore these are our expectations that you should also have. This is about the culture and philosophy of our organization. Every man finds a job because he wants to grow in life. So, and every man is a human, independent, separate, autonomous, has a self-thinking, cannot be clubbed into a group. Therefore, we don't believe in head count. Okay, we have 1,500 head counts. Not all of them are same. Every human is different. But in so many organizations, it pains us when we see that, there are a bunch of people all clubbed together doing the same kind of work, monotonous work. Some people will have some other exceptional talent, and because of that opportunity he not seeing, or that opportunity not meeting him for whatever fate reasons, that human is denied the opportunity to pursue a career that will help him grow faster. So out of compulsion, he sits and keeps doing that particular job. We believe that we should never treat people the way we want them to, we want them to do. That doesn't work. I need to understand you. I need to understand who you are, what your likes, what your strengths. And then I have to fine tune the profile that is there in accordance to your strength or in accordance to your attitude for me to get maximum returns. So that doesn't mean that your weakness continue to be your weakness. We have to keep telling you that, listen, these are areas of improvements that you have to go through. Unless and until you improve these areas, your holistic development does not happen. This is something that we continuously keep sharing with each other, because we tend to work like a small family. So it is easier for us to share thoughts and views. Your ability to circumvent your weakness or strengthen those weakness areas, that is your attitude. Your life is led by you. Nobody else can lead your life. You lead your life. If you feel that no, I understand that this is a part of a weakness I have to work on, you go ahead and work intelligently. So with this kind of a customized work environment is what you people are entering into right now. So this is the culture, this is the philosophy to which I am welcoming you into. So I sincerely and seriously believe that we will be able to work for a very long time to come. And this long time is not necessarily time bound. It must be bound by growth, all round growth, our intellectual, our material, our social stature, our personality, our spiritual, every growth, holistic growth, we must be able to identify within ourselves and then lift it up to whatever extent that we feel satisfied about. Our satisfaction, our happiness. To that extent, we tend to grow. So this is where we are, and this completes our culture and philosophy for the organization.